Hello and welcome back to the Common Colt Podcast, the Colts Podcast, real takes, no clickbait. I'm Josh Hudgens, joined by Dan Hertzler. What's up, Dan?
Hey, not too much, man. Hope you have a good Christmas.
Yeah, it was pretty good. No coal in the
Hi.
stocking, unless if we're talking about the Colts loss on Sunday, but feeling good. How about yourself?
Good, man. Good, man. Yeah. Enjoying just family time. Hopefully, everyone out there had a good Merry Christmas, and we're excited to move into a new chapter, really, for the Colts here. Thinking about playoffs. I mean, man,
Playoffs.
last time we talked about this was a few years ago, and it turned out to be a disaster. But hey, this is a young Colts team. This is a new era. This is new coaching staff. We're excited. Lots of different scenarios out there. First one we got to talk right off the bat is they got to win the last two games.
Have to.
How you feeling about these last two games, both at home?
Is
You
that
got
home?
the Raiders and you got the Texans. What are you thinking, Josh?
Well, we don't have a big home field advantage. I like to think that Lucas Oil is a scary place to play, but it's not. And the Colts have not been good at Lucas Oil Stadium. But I feel good. First of all, I think the Colts are a better team than the Raiders. I think they're trending in a better spot than the Raiders. That Texans game is going to be a tough one, especially CJ Stroud's been out with a concussion, I believe, and they're being smart with their franchise quarterback who looks to be the part.
Yeah.
I think that game's a coin flip kind of game, but I do think we already beat the Texans once, and CJ Stroud is a rookie quarterback in a big game, and that's a little scary for Texans fans.
Yeah. You see what happened this past weekend, and Raiders. They played really well against the Chiefs. I think that was kind of like a divisional. Hey,
Yeah.
this team's beaten us. I think like 20 straight times or something crazy like that. We need to knock this team off. But if you notice, I don't think they completed a pass or had any yards
Right.
after the first quarter. I mean, that was not a pretty win. That was just an ugly division. We're gonna stand in there toe to toe and go to slugfest. I really think this Colts team can beat this Raiders team. I'm not worried about that one. That Texas game, though, man, I mean, depending on how things go and things shape up, the best news for Colts would be if the Texans can lose this week, and then they don't have anything to play for week 18, and they want to rest Stroud again, not put him in a dangerous situation or risk it all. That'd be the best case scenario, but I'm feeling pretty optimistic right now. I think Colts are going to win both these games, and so then that switches it to who do we need them to lose? Because the Colts don't control their own destiny right here.
Yeah, I think people look at the seeding and they see we're the seventh seed, but we do not control our own destiny. I mean, I think a lot would have to happen for the Colts to be out if they won out, but there could still be a scenario where the Colts went out and don't make the playoffs. So a couple things could happen here if the Colts went out for us to make the playoffs. First of all, Jacksonville. They're in our division. We could still win the division. If Jacksonville loses one of their next two, I think they're going to beat the Panthers. They look like crap last week, though, but I think the Jags are going to beat the Panthers. And then they play the Titans. And the Titans are scrappy. I think the Titans could beat the Jaguars.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think it's the same scenario as the Raiders Chiefs. Anytime you get divisional matchups, I think you kind of throw that out the window. I think nothing more than Vrabel would want to do is to beat the Jaguars. So, I think that's one that we definitely have to circle.
And that one, not only that's probably the best case scenario because we get a home playoff game then if we make the playoffs and we win the division. The Bills, if they lose one of their games coming up here, we could maybe etch out the Bills depending on how seeding works out. The Bills play the Dolphins. I mean, that's a 50-50 divisional game. The one that I think is most likely to happen, though, as I go through, the Bengals. If we win out and the Bengals lose this week to the Chiefs, we're in the playoffs. The Bengals don't have Joe Burrow. They look terrible against the Steelers. I think that's our best shot of making the playoffs is the Bengals losing.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not gonna tell you to bet all your money and lose all your money on games. But if I was gonna tell you to bet all your money and lose it all, you would bet all on that Chiefs game. I think there is no way in the world that Chiefs team, after they got embarrassed this past weekend, the way the Bengals looked against the Steelers, I think that's almost a home run. Lock it in right now. The Bengals just aren't very good team right now. So I think we're not guaranteed if we win out, but we're pretty close to guaranteeing because the Chiefs are going to beat those Bengals. And this has been a wild AFC this year. I mean, we went into this year and we thought AFC just has these juggernauts, and you know what? Even if the Colts make the playoffs, they're just going to get slaughtered. Now the way that you look at this, I mean, the Ravens, yeah, they're probably the top team, but we went into Baltimore and
We
beat them.
beat them.
So are they really a juggernaut? I mean, the Chiefs, they look bad. The Bills playing pretty good, but still no one's scared of the Bills. And then who's left? There's
Miami.
nobody left. So
Yeah.
so yeah, Miami. Yeah, you're right. I guess I overlooked Miami. I mean, I'm still not sure whether or not they're really legit or they just beat up on bad teams.
Yeah.
You know, maybe so maybe Miami. I shouldn't overlook them. But hey, I think the Colts, man, they play a style of football you do not want to see in the playoffs. And this is a team, even though they've got backup quarterback, they've got hurt running backs or receivers, their defense isn't anything that makes splash plays. I think they're a team that, man, if they get in the playoffs, it's going to be a fun ride.
That's what I was going to ask. Let's say we make the playoffs, and I know a couple years ago we were kind of like, oh yeah, we're in for sure, and then we just had a meltdown against the Jaguars. But let's say we make the playoffs. I mean, the matchup could be a little weird, but I feel like the Colts have a shot to actually win a playoff game as well. It's not just we're fighting to make the playoffs to lose, which I thought before, when we hit mid-season, I'm like, okay, we might make the playoffs, and we're probably gonna get smacked. I don't quite believe that anymore.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I mean, maybe they play the Chiefs, maybe they play the Bills. Could potentially maybe play the Dolphins. The Dolphins is the one I probably don't want to play.
Yeah.
I think they've got a little firepower that we probably can't match with them. But I'm not scared of the Chiefs one bit. I'm not scared of the Bills at all. Those would be matchups, I think, with our kind of control the ball, control both lines of scrimmages. We could cause some problems with that. So this team, and all credit again to starts with Chris Ballard and making some good moves, getting some good depth. Give Shane Steichen all his credit, give these players the credit. This team, I think, if we can get into the playoffs, I think we can win a game, maybe even win two.
Yeah.
And we're talking last year, we were picking top four.
Yeah.
We're rebuild, all that, and then to do this in one season, man, this is exciting.
Yeah, it is exciting. And to me, we hit just before the middle of the season when the Colts lost to the Jaguars and Gardner Minshew looked terrible, and it was like, okay, it's time to lose out. It's time to play for a draft pick. And now we're at the point where it's like, let's win, baby. Let's make the playoffs.
Yep.
And I read something the other day, or no, Jeff Saturday had said, and obviously he came in to be the interim coach, and he said that his job was to clean up the culture. He said when he came in as the coach that even veterans were showing up late to to team meetings. Like, it was bad. It was really bad. And I think Jeff brought some accountability, and Shane Steichen's put that on steroids. And as a rookie head coach, there's no better way than to kind of reinforce your message and build the culture and get guys to buy in than to take your team with a backup quarterback on a roster that was top 4 pick last year, losing veterans like Gilmore, and turn around and make the playoffs. I mean, that would be the ultimate boost for Shane Steichen, I think, going into the offseason to really build that culture back in Indianapolis.
So, all right, let's put you on the spot. How confident are you? 1 out of 10 right now. How confident are you that the Colts are going to make the playoffs?
6.5. 6.5.
Oh, I'm going higher. I'm going 7, man.
Okay.
I think they're gonna win this week. I think the Bengals are gonna lose. So all they have to do is win week 18. I know that's PTSD for a lot of us, but I think we're gonna be sitting there week 18 and we're winning in kind of situation. And I think the Colts do it.
And everybody's talking about the Colts not in a primetime game. Tell you what, if that Texans game's a winning in game for both teams, old Lucas Oil's going to be buzzing, and that's going to be under the lights, I think. Actually, I'm going to be there. So I still don't know what time I got to be there, but I'm actually got tickets to that game, so it'll be fun.
Nice.
So
Nice.
Well, guys, let us know what you think in the comments below. Obviously, subscribe to our channel. We're pushing 2,000 subs. And, hey, join us on that playoff ride. Hit that subscribe button. We appreciate you watching the Common Colt Podcast, and we hope you have a great day.